mean, Star Wars was kind of the beginning for me. Watching Star Wars at home and with my cousins and everything, and it was kind of a community thing we could all come together with. I spent a lot of time at my aunts and uncles after my dad passed away, and they were taking care of me while my mom worked. So we ended up, movies became kind of a thing when we could quote them to each other. It was something that gave a sense of community when a lot of people didn't have it. But then Batman kind of changed the game for me. And we went, that summer, so many people were working and there was so much going on that there wasn't necessarily always a place for me to be. And I was about the right age where you could drop me off someplace. So we went and saw Batman like 17 times over that summer. And it really just, and every time I liked it. So it was one of those things where it just kept playing. And then I started really getting interested in how movies were made. And I didn't really realize I wanted to make movies until I started working at the movie theaters. And I started realizing how much on breaks I stopped in to watch the movies. We talked movies, we critiqued them, we analyzed them. And suddenly that became more and more about what I wanted to do with my life, which was making movies, telling stories that really move people in a way that, in that communal way that only theatrical feature films really do, where you can control what people see so everybody gets the same experience, and when you laugh, hopefully everybody else in the audience is laughing, and you all have that same communal experience, an emotional experience in that one dark room together. So I was born and raised in Colorado in the Denver metro area, and I really always had a passion for movies, and that's really where this came from. And it's gone from being just a passion, something I love, to being a dream. It's something I'm chasing. It's about doing what it is that makes me happy, chasing my happiness, chasing my joy. And for me, being a filmmaker and having the accomplishments I've had so far with Stained Glass Windows, my first feature film, and now the Sonata Chronicles, is really just about actuating my potential, becoming who I want to be, and getting that dream and catching that dream. So the graphic novel is called Era's End, and it's called that because it's essentially about the last few days of this race of heroes in the graphic novel that we call the Obermeership. And so there's about a dozen of them left in the world, and they're all in hiding because they're being hunted. And so our main character is named Nuha, and she has to travel alone in order to avoid being spotted. And she comes across this old settlement out in the wilderness from about a millennia earlier. And in there she discovers that there are these creatures that are mounting attacks on the wandering tribes of the desert and on city people trying to eke out a living outside of the big imperial cities. And so she ends up getting stuck between having to stay in hiding and having to do her job, what she was born to do, which was help these people and keep them protected from this malignant force. A graphic novel is something that we can do with fan funding that's also high quality, that will get people involved in the Sonata Chronicles. I mean, it's the most efficient way to get there. I just want people I want to make people smile. I want to give people an emotional experience. Back my stuff! That's all I got.